Good evening, Mid-Missouri, and welcome back to the June edition of Making a Difference. Noelle, pronounce your last name.
Gilzow.
Gilzow.
Correct.
You're with who? The Kiwanis.
Right.
So what do you do with the Kiwanis? What's going on with the Kiwanis? Talk to us. Now, let me tell you, if you've never been on Making a Difference, there are about 30 million listeners out there. Well, maybe not that many, quite a few. But this is your chance to really spotlight what you do in the Columbia area.
Well, Kiwanis is an international organization that's dedicated to improving the lives of children worldwide. And the Columbia chapter has taken on a project called Project Eliminate in order to try to reduce the number of deaths due to childhood and neonatal tetanus. And it costs $1.80 a shot to save the mother and the newborn from tetanus. And currently 9 babies an hour die from this.
$1.80 a shot, that's nothing.
Right.
That's nothing. How can we even allow this to be a problem? It's nothing. Noelle, talk to me.
Right, so that's why we're trying to raise money.
Why are we even having this conversation for $1.80 a shot?
There's lots of people who need it, lots of $80s. We're committed to raising $50,000 in the next 4 years to help with this.
Does that have a big impact on our ability to get immunizations out there for children and mothers?
Yes, it would. And not only that, you're preventing children who are already born to that mother from being orphaned.
Good call. $1.80.
$1.80.
That is
Every
nothing.
bit counts.
That's well, I don't know. What costs $1.80 anymore?
Not gas.
A shot, a vaccination. Unbelievable. Now you're involved with another army of another kind.
That's right.
What is it? Talk to me.
My involvement with this is actually through Dumbledore's Army, which is a club at Hickman High School.
Now wait a minute. Dumbledore's Army.
Right.
This is like Harry Potter type stuff.
Exactly.
And we have an army here in Columbia, Missouri.
We do. An army of about 80 students at Hickman High School.
Get out of here.
It's the biggest club on campus, even though we started just this year.
80 students.
80 students committed.
Okay, so what do you do? What's Dumbledore?
Well,
I know who he is, the character, but what's Dumbledore's Army doing in Columbia, Missouri?
Well, in this aspect, we're working with Kiwanis to put on Harry Potter Trivia Night. They came to us because we're the Harry Potter experts, and they're the experts on neonatal tetanus, and we're joining forces to take this on.
Wow. A joint operation.
A joint operation.
Between Dumbledore's Army at Hickman and the Kiwanis.
Correct.
So this is a fundraising mechanism.
It is.
Outstanding.
And it's Harry Potter Trivia Night on the 15th of June.
Okay. Is there any kind of advertising? Is there a registration process?
There is a registration. There was an ad in the paper, and the website is harrypottertrivianight.com.
Look right there in that camera.
harrypottertrivianight.com, where you can go online and learn more about Project Eliminate. You can learn more about Kiwanis. You can learn more about the Harry Potter Trivia Night and the Galleon games that will be going on before the Trivia Night. For those people who maybe have younger children who aren't ready to compete in a Trivia Night, we have Galleon games. It's going to be a carnival atmosphere there.
Where's it going to be?
It's going to be at Hickman High School.
Which part?
It will be on the Providence side, the west side.
Okay. Gymnasium or?
The Commons for the Trivia Night and out in front of the school for the Galleon games.
How cool. So who developed this partnership between Kiwanis and Columbia Public Schools to put this on?
Jennifer Roberts from Kiwanis actually approached Hickman High School about using the facility, and while she was there, she learned that we had this club, and so she came to talk to me, and we've been meeting since April.
Good job.
To put this together.
And this involves the 80 members of Dumbledore's Army.
Right.
Now, tell me the thing about the Death Eaters. Come on, help me out here. I'm trying to figure this out.
In the book, Dumbledore's Army was fighting against the Death Eaters.
Are they bad?
They're the bad guys.
The bad guys?
The bad guys.
So the the Death Eaters are kind of like tetanus.
Okay, sure.
How am I doing?
Sure.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay. We gotta get Dumbledore's army mobilized in Columbia, Missouri to go after the Death Eaters.
That's right.
Tetanus,
That's
for
right.
$1.80 a shot.
$1.80 a shot.
We
So
gotta get
every cent we
mobilized.
raise that night will go to buy
Outstanding.
shots directly. No overhead, no administration. It all goes.
That's good. What else are you involved with besides, commanding an army and teaching science in your spare time? What else you do?
I'm the mother of 3.
Okay, besides the
Besides
small
that,
stuff.
the small stuff.
What else do you do?
In Dumbledore's army?
Yeah.
In addition to this project, we've had 3 Tri-Wizard tournament competitions for house points. Our student body or our membership is divided according to house, much like they did in the Harry Potter books.
This is serious stuff.
We have started Quidditch. We have a Columbia Quidditch Association that we started.
Okay.
And we've put on a winter dance with the Stu Gov at Hickman High School. And
None of that flying stuff, though.
no, it's ground-based,
Okay.
ground-based.
Well, we need to know these things. Are there any other partnerships coming up with Kiwanis that you're aware of that you'll be involved with, or your kids at Hickman?
Well, from what I understand, they want to make this an annual event. So I think it would be a natural partnership to continue.
It sounds like a phenomenal event. Tell us again where it's going to be, the date, the time.
It's going to be at Hickman High School on June 15th. The Galleon Games start at 4:30 and run until 6:30. And they have booths there such as Dunk-a-Death Eater, the Birdie Bots Jelly Bean Bar for the kids. They have those gross, nasty, flavored jelly beans to try. We'll have a gnome toss, face painting, Madam Hoot's charms, Ollivander's wand making stand, Trelawney's fortune telling, and there will be a cauldron cakewalk. We'll also have owls there from the Mizzou Raptor program. For our owl post, so kids can write a little note on parchment paper and send it to Hogwarts. And then the trivia night will begin promptly at 7, and it will be emceed by Dr. Angela Speck from University of Missouri.
Unbelievable. Sounds like a good time.
I think it'll
Are
be
you gonna
great
be
fun.
there?
I will.
What do they think? How many hundreds of thousands of dollars do you think you'll raise over this?
Over the course of 4 years, we're hoping to raise $50,000.
Oh, you got to shoot for more than that.
Okay, $100,000.
$1.80 a shot. We got to get a lot of shots out there.
Yes.
Got to find a way to protect a lot of people.
The more people who come and participate, the more shots we can buy.
Registration. How do you register for your event?
Go to harrypottertrivianight.com.
harrypottertrivianight.com.
And the instructions for registering are there.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add? You have 10 seconds.
Please come. It'll be a great time.
You're good. You're good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Get registered. Mid-Missouri, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce to you Nick Foster. Nick Foster is the Executive Director of the Volunteer Action Center in Columbia, Missouri. Nick, welcome back, my friend.
Thank you, Marco.
How are you doing?
Doing well. I've been in the job for 8 months now. The last time I saw you, I couldn't remember the phone number. I can remember the phone number now. So it's going well, having a great time.
8 months. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, really.
It goes by really quick. Yeah.
So, your feet are under you. The new executive director, is it still feel new?
It still feels new, yeah. There are so many different things that we do. I'm on a constant learning curve, but
Thank goodness for that, though.
It's good, though, and I have a lot of support within the staff. They do a fantastic job, and we're getting things done, and I'm learning. With every new event, every new program, I'm learning.
Good for you. You just remodeled the place?
We, well, not a remodel so much as a redecoration of the lobby. We just had a ribbon cutting for that and introduced that. We had an intern that was with us in the fall, and she came to me toward the end of the semester and said she'd like to come back. She was so great. Her name is Emma Harrell, and I said, yeah, we'd love to have you. She said, well, we need to do something different. I'll have to do something. It'll have to look different than this semester. So one of the things we came up with was to take a shot at redecorating the lobby and kind of try to make it more welcoming and make the information more accessible. So she just really took it to a whole different level. She enlisted some art students at the University of Missouri, 15 graduate art students. They each put together a shadow box, made it one installation, and that's in our lobby now. And it's beautiful, it's very tactile and very attractive. And then we had 2 classes of graphic art students at Stevens to come up with some signage possibilities for us, and we chose one of them. And a young woman named Kate Rutter, we selected her design. And so those things have been put into place, and now we think we've got a lobby that is more welcoming and makes the information that folks need a little bit more accessible, so that when they come in, they know this is what I need to do and this is what I can expect.
Outstanding.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Are you having fun though? That's the key. Are you still having fun as the
Yeah.
executive director?
Yeah, I'm having a good time. I mean, I work with great people and we're doing good work.
Now, if we pulled the staff in and asked them if they were still having fun now that there's a new executive director, what would they say?
You'll have to ask the staff. I try not to speak on their behalf.
We need to bring them all on.
That'd be great.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Some of them wouldn't do it.
Come on now.
Don't like the
Or
lights.
Shy?
Yeah, a little shy.
Well,
but all of them very capable.
You and I are pretty shy people too.
Yeah,
Maybe we can
absolutely.
show them the way.
I can hardly stand it.
I know it. Hey, what about programs? What you have any new stuff going on with VSE?
Well, some of the regular things are going on right now. We've gotten the fan program going again, so we're providing fans for folks who need them. They have to meet certain criteria, of course. We'll start the Lunch in the Park program on June the 11th. That's serving lunch to kids at Douglas Park. That'll happen all summer long, right up until August 10th, right before school starts.
It doesn't seem like it's been a year since we were talking about this.
Right.
I mean, it's amazing. So June 11th, Lunch in the Park starts.
Right.
How you doing on? Is there anything that community can step up and help with?
Actually, the community's stepped up. We
Okay.
we have volunteers for all summer long. Ron Schmidt in our office came to me just today and said, "I don't need any more help, so stop
Wow.
asking for it." And that's pretty cool, and it's a great program. It's another one that I'm looking forward to just watching happen. In July, on July 12, we'll have Christmas in July, which provides a meal for our clients, and it's also a fundraiser for us. And then at the end of the summer, we'll have the Back to School Fair. We work with other partners on that. Our part is helping students to get some school supplies just before they go back to school, but then they'll get health screenings, they'll get haircuts. It's an incredible event, hundreds of kids.
It's amazing. Now, who will you partner with on that?
Healthcare USA and others in the community to pull that off. They sort of lead the way for it, and we provide volunteers and we provide school supplies for that event.
Great, great.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we can help with? Volunteers, you have plenty of volunteers. What else do you need? What are you in short supply of?
Well, we're always looking for donations. I'd be lying
I
if
didn't
I
know
didn't
how
say so.
else to pull this from you.
I don't mind saying it. You know, the work that we do is really, really good work. And
Well,
I
you're
don't
not
have
for profit.
We're not for profit, and I don't have any qualms about asking people to support us. And so Christmas in July is a big thing. If people just go to our website, Christmas in July is on the home page. So if you go to vacmo.org, you can learn about Christmas in July. If you'd like to be put on the mailing list for that, call us and let us know. But we'll be sending out information about that at the end of this week. So that's the main thing right now. And then to refer to folks to us when they have needs and they know about those needs.
What else is happening in your world?
Well, I didn't mention a new program that's starting this summer. At least it's new for us.
What is it?
We're doing an air conditioner exchange program. So folks who have a window unit that is old and inefficient and maybe isn't cooling like it once did, they can bring it to us. Now, we haven't got this going yet. We're still waiting to hear from our partners about going ahead and getting started. But we work with Columbia Power and Light and Boone Electric Cooperative. to provide for their clients, for their customers. So if somebody's got an old unit, they can bring it to us. We'll give them one that is newer,
Window
lighter.
air conditioning units, the big box air conditioning units.
Yeah, but you know, they've gotten smaller. So a lot of folks, we're anticipating that a lot of folks will bring us these big behemoths, you know, that
it's amazing.
make so much, and we'll give them smaller units. That,
more efficient units,
more efficient.
probably.
So for the electric companies, it takes these inefficient units off the grid. It makes for less demand. And of course, for the folks who are able to take advantage of that and replace their old ones, they get a nice air conditioner that works much better and keeps them much cooler. So that's very, very cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's a big program.
It is. We're excited about it. First time for us. There was another agency in town that has done it previously. They're not able to do it this year. And so one of the folks in our office, Christina Montgomery, who is one of our social service specialists, found out about that. She contacted Columbia Power and Light, said, hey, could we do this year? We had a meeting with them, and they're delighted, and we're thrilled. So,
well, just because someone isn't going to take over the torch with it in Columbia, there's still a need. And,
absolutely.
And BAC is going to pick up that torch and run with it.
Right.
Outstanding.
Right, and I think that it is a good example of what we do so well. I mean, what we do best is we screen folks. We're able to see that there are resources there are people who have needs. We can we can go through a process that helps to identify the people who are in the best position to make use of those resources, and this is a good example.
Wow. Is everything in place for the program, or are you still working out the dynamics?
We're still waiting to hear. They have to bid out the contract to whoever's going to provide the actual units. So we've got to wait for that to happen. But I'm hoping that in the next week or two, we'll be able to kick it off.
How are you going to support it? Is it purely donations? Is there a grant program, a federal grant program that's going to help subsidize this?
Well, this program is funded or is supported by the two power companies. So we're not
solely
looking
on
solely on that. What we provide is the expertise, and that's where people's support comes in. There are resources there, but we're the ones who help to make those resources available. So supporting our ongoing work and our ongoing cost to do that is the way that people can help.
Outstanding. Once you get the program running, you have to come back on and let us know how it's going. And of course, we need an update on lunch in the park and everything else, Christmas in July.
Sure, anytime. But you know, let me say, in case somebody's watching this and they say, hey, that sounds like a pretty good thing, or they have another need, I really encourage folks to give us a call. I can tell you the phone number this time.
Tell us.
Yeah, 874-2273. See? And just call us and check to see what's available and whether we really can help and what they need to bring in with them when they come. For that or any of the other services that we provide, a call ahead is always a good idea.
Listen, buddy, it's always good to see you.
Thank you, Marco.
What's your website again so people can go and see what you're doing?
www.vacmo.org, VACMO.org.
Nick, come back and visit.
We'll do it.
Welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Marco.
Welcome back, Mid-Missouri. This is our final segment of this month's edition of Making a Difference. Our guest, this is so cool, Rolando Berry and your beautiful daughter, Lexi. Welcome, you two. Thank you so much. Rolando, look at this smile. World, look at this smile. There's happiness here in this room. Yes. Tell us, MHS, what's that stand for?
MHS.
Yeah.
Missouri High Steppers.
The High Steppers. Yes. Lexi, no one around here has ever heard of the High Steppers, have we?
Good question.
Well, give us an answer.
Of course.
Of course. Everyone has heard of the High Steppers. Yes. Now, the High Steppers have been around for how many years?
34 years.
How long have you been involved with them?
34 years. Yes.
My beautiful wife, she thinks so highly of you. You've had such an influence on her life. How many other lives have you influenced over the course of 34 years?
We average about 100 kids per year.
Wow.
And when your wife was in the group, she was one of our top leaders. I mean, she was a young girl. And
she loves the program.
And she was sharp as a tack. I just want you to know
well,
she's
still sharp.
Yes.
Trust me, and I feel the point of that tack now and then. She's still sharp.
And she probably can still do the steps too.
I bet she can.
Yes.
I bet she can.
Yes.
Lexi, how long have you been involved with the Missouri High Steppers?
Since
Since you could walk?
Baby times.
Dad had you out there?
Yeah, little strap thing, and I was in there.
I love it. I love it. That is so cool. What is the concept of the High Steppers? What led to the organization of the Missouri High Steppers?
Growing up in St. Louis, I grew up at a boys club, the Herbert Hoover Boys Club.
Okay.
And we had a drill team there. And the drill team, basically, it was a prevention program. And I was involved in that process. And that process basically taught me leadership, dedication, and discipline. And so going through that process, it made me the person that I am today. And when I got recruited by the University of Missouri to come through the journalism school, we started the High Steppers. I saw a group of kids, and I said, I think I want to share what I learned, the process I went through with the students, with the youth in Columbia. And I've been there ever since.
So when you were a young man,
Yes.
someone reached out and gave you that helping hand and
Yes.
said, this is how you should act as a young man. This is how you will act as a man.
Yes.
This is how you will act as a leader. Let us show you this. And the format was performing art.
Yes.
The Missouri High Steppers.
And the main ingredients of that was high expectation. We had the old school type of discipline. You know, it's zero tolerance for foolishness.
Isn't that amazing?
You stay focused, you take care, you be responsible, and they had high expectations for us. And we lived up to those high expectations because we felt the pride in what we do when we went out and performed, because we put the work in.
That's right.
And that's
And
why
look at it.
Yes.
You've taken a love from a childhood love, a childhood desire, and you've made a career out of it.
Yes.
You've had an impact on so many young women and men throughout our community, young men and women. You've had such an impact on them, even to this day. Lexi, how long you've been doing this your whole life?
Yes, sir.
There's no escaping.
No.
What has the High Steppers taught you?
Well, ever since I was little, there was just that point where you could tell there's a time to play and there's time to be serious. And then the things that we went for, like our competitions, our shows, just taught us that when we need to be serious and the discipline that we need is the time we need to do it. So I practiced that discipline, taught us also in school. You know, if we're in school and we're playing around in the classroom, that's not the discipline that I know. So it goes everywhere, the discipline and the creativity that it brings.
So are you telling me that if you messed up at school, Dad would know about it pretty quick and
He has
apply
connections.
some of that discipline through the High Steppers to daughter Lexi?
Yes, every time, yes.
But that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. As a high school person, Rockbridge,
Yes, sir.
great. You are now strapped with the responsibility of paying it forward.
Yes.
Are you doing that?
Yes, and especially with sports, volleyball, and keeping the grades with the team and then team with the other team, and keeping everything kind of connects in certain ways. So it's all good.
You are a mentor.
Yes.
You're a role model.
Yes, sir.
Young women look up to you. What a responsibility that is.
Yeah.
Can you handle it?
Of course.
You know what, Dad? For some reason, she looks pretty confident. I wonder where she got that from.
from my mother.
From her mother?
Yes, and she's very confident.
Tack?
Yes, yes. Oh, she's sharp,
Sharp
too.
as a tack?
Yes, she is.
Outstanding.
Yes.
Now, how many kids are involved in this year's program? You say 100?
We have about 125 in this year's program. And we have
From what age group? What are the ages?
the ages from we start from 3rd grade to 9th grade this year, and we open up for high school students next year. But we have 2 after-school programs. West Boulevard, we do an after-school program with those kids, and then we go to Smithton Middle School, we do an after-school program with those guys. And then we have the Master Show Squad, where the kids from the other surrounding areas will come in, and then we work on the master stuff. It's like the elite group.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Now, you live by a creed. Am I wrong?
Sir.
Am I wrong?
Absolutely
By
right.
I come from the world of law enforcement, where you take an oath, and an oath means something. To utter certain words in front of your peers, it's the telling of a commitment to something.
Yes.
Lexi, what's the High Steppers creed?
I am responsible for the decisions I make in this life. I am the one who determines who I am, what I do, and what I will become. Compassion and hard work are my tenets. Gentleness and resoluteness, my hallmark. I will strive to maintain a positive attitude about life, to work hard at every task I undertake, to persevere in the face of life difficulties. I pledge to be a role model to others and to make empathy and kindness my personal guiding light. Swawatir and Mada for Tete and Ray. Gentle in manner, resolute indeed.
That's unbelievable.
I want to point out that creed was written by a very good friend of mine, Michael Richards.
That's right.
And Michael wanted to make sure he give us something to anchor the drill team. And he wrote that creed with his heart, and we've been reciting that creed. And every member must learn, recite, and live that creed.
How's everything going? I mean, are we the kids that are coming out of your program, stand up? Are they succeeding in life?
I think they are.
Good.
At least they're on the right path. They have the base to succeed in life.
And that's all anybody
Yes,
can ask.
right.
Give me the foundation to
Yes,
succeed.
right.
Give me the tools to succeed.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be financial. It's right here.
Right.
You're doing an outstanding
Thank you.
job. I'm so happy that you two are our guests. This is phenomenal.
I want to point out something. We're going to spread this love of high steppers, this experience around the central Missouri area. And this year, we're looking at Jeff City. We're going to go into Jeff City and recruit members and get those guys involved with the high steppers. And then we're going to go around the surrounding areas. Our goal is to have a high steppers program around the central Missouri area and all around the state. We're the Missouri High Steppers.
That's right. Okay, look in that camera and reach out. You're talking to millions of people. Well, maybe not quite millions. But how can we help?
You can go to our website, www.mohighsteppers.org. And on that website, all the information that you would need.
The history?
The history of the high steppers. You will even see a picture with me when I was a part of a group.
Get out of here.
Yes, yes. I still look
Way
the same.
back when?
He was
Yes.
bald then too.
Yes,
He was Lexi. He was bald back then too.
yes. And so on that website, you can also have, there's an opportunity to support the high steppers. So if you want to give a contribution to the high
yes.
steppers to help us to continue this great work, then you can reach out on the webpage. There's a P.O. box, and there's also, you can give online.
Come back.
Thank you.
Please come back. Lexi, you're awesome, young
Thank
lady.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Columbia.